Starting with number 14 on the study guide for the review for test 1 for trig. Find the area of the sector of a circle of radius r formed by a central angle theta. Express the area in terms of pi, then round to 2 decimal places. The problem says r equals 6 inches. Theta equals 120 degrees. We know that our formula is area equals 1/2 r squared theta. We also know that theta in this formula has to be in radians. So we multiply 1/2 times 6 squared times 120 times pi over 180. They want this answer in 2 decimal places. So this is 1/2 times 36 over 1 times 120 pi over 180. You can multiply straight across with your calculator. I have 36 times 120 times pi equals divided by 2 times 180, so I'm going to put that in parentheses. Comes out to be 37.70 inches squared because it's area. Number 15. Find the measure of the central angle on a circle of radius r that forms a sector with the given area. They're telling me that r equals 6 feet. They're telling me that the area is 36 square feet. I'm using that same formula that I just used, area equals 1/2 r squared theta. Substituting the values given into this formula, I have 36 equals 1/2 times 6 squared theta. 36 equals 1/2 of 36. 1/2 of 36 is 18 theta. Divide both sides by 18. Theta equals 2 radians, because in this formula theta is in radians. Number 16. Express the angular speed in radians per second. They're telling me that we have 60 revolutions per second. They want to know how many radians that is per second. Every revolution equals 2 pi. So 60 times 2 pi gives me 120 radians per second. Number 17. A carnival ride has a radius of 46 feet and takes 45 seconds to make 1 complete revolution. What is the linear speed of the carousel at its outer edge? Express the answer in feet per second. If necessary, round the answer to 2 decimal places. And they gave you a little hint. What part of a revolution does the carousel make in 1 second? The first thing you want to do is think about what they're asking you. They're asking you to find the linear speed. So you look on your formula sheet and you find the formula for linear speed. V equals RW. Then you look at the hint. The hint says, what part of a revolution does the carousel make in 1 second? If it makes the entire revolution all the way around in 45 seconds, all the way around takes 45 seconds. So, in 1 second, they only go 1/45 of the way around there. One 1/45 of a revolution in 1 second. Substitute what you know in your formula. You know that your speed, your angular speed, is 1/45 revolution per second. You have to change that to radians because W in this formula is in radians. 1/45 times 2 pi gives you 2 pi over 45 for W. Back to your original formula, V equals R, which is 46, times 2 pi over 45. Now it's calculator time. Multiply straight across. That means you're going to do 46 times 2 pi divided by 45. Approximately 6.42 feet per second. Number 18. Use Pythagorean's theorem to find the length of the missing side. Then find the indicated trig function of the given angle. Give an exact answer with a rational denominator. They're asking me to find secant of theta. They have given me this triangle. Labeled A, B, C. Side B is 3. Side A is 8. And they want me to find secant of theta. Remember, secant equals the reciprocal of cosine. Cosine of theta is x over r. Therefore, secant of theta is r over x, which is adjacent over hypotenuse, and flipped over is hypotenuse over adjacent. We are going to have to find the hypotenuse to be able to finish this problem because they didn't give us that. You know from geometry that anytime you're given a right triangle, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Pythagorean's theorem will help you find any length of a missing side of a right triangle. So 8 squared plus 3 squared equals c squared. That will be 64 plus 9 equals c squared. C equals the square root of 73. Secant of theta is the hypotenuse, which is the square root of 73, over the adjacent side. And I didn't even label the adjacent side. That's the side that's the angle that we're talking about. So the adjacent side would be 8. Your answer, square root of 73 over 8.